Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium medium database question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this, and I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help or assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This question is called the category of each member in the store, number 2051. So basically, they want you to categorize each member that given in the members table. I'm going to save you a bit of reading here into the categories with the ID and the names. Basically, the categories are based on these bullet points, these bullet points are based on the conversion rate. So let's go ahead and get the conversion rate, which is based on the total number of purchases for each member and the total number of visits for each member. So let's go ahead and say purchase count and visit count. Make these both default dict of type set because the visit cannot be counted twice, right? Your visit ID is unique, so that's why I use default dict of type set. And then let's go ahead and try to count the number of visits first, or the number of purchases, because that's probably the trickier one. That's how I started it. So let's loop over each row of the purchases table for visit ID. Okay, so now basically for each visit ID is going to link to the visit ID here, which we're going to do for the member ID here. For each member, we're looking for how many visits they have. So basically for the purchases, so let's get the purchases. And so for J, V and enumerate visits of visit ID. So if P is equal to V, so basically if the purchase ID is this visit ID is equal to this one, then this is the key that member has a new purchase. So that's the source from here. So basically purchase count of the visits member ID of I, or of J in this case, right? We want to add the visit ID itself, so it's just V. So from the visits table, if it's sourced from here, that's how we get the purchase count. Okay, so for the visit count, that's just going to be directly as we iterate over this, because this is never going to be duplicated. It's like idempotent because here the key is going to be unique, and the set ensures that the value of each key in these dictionaries are unique. So let's go ahead and say VC of visits member ID of I, and then we can add the visit ID, so just V. And let's go ahead and print PC, and let's print visit count. Let's just see if this is correct. Okay, so looks like for 11 visited the store 3 times. This is not correct. So so it looks like the purchase count is correct because, for example, 1 is not in here, 3 is not in here, and then 8. So purchase 111, that's good. So I think the problem is that the visit count is supposed to be just one loop, but that shouldn't make a difference though. So the number of visits is just the member ID dot add the visit ID. So for I, V, and enumerate visits. Oh, did I do it incorrectly? I'm thinking that maybe I just said visit count of visits member ID of J. We can dot add V instead. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just a typo. So J instead of I. Really gotta pay attention to that. So okay, so now that we have this, we can basically get the conversion rate. So basically you have diamond, gold, silver, bronze. So let's go ahead and go over each member ID. So let's say all members is a set of members of member ID, because that's going to be unique, and we have to, for each ID, each member, we're going to have to say which category it's in. So for person in all members, so cool. So basically, if the member never visited a store, so if person is not in your visit count because it's not in there, so it never visited any store, then we can just go ahead and say result, let's make this a dictionary. Let's say result of person is equal to bronze. Otherwise, let's go ahead and calculate the visit count, because we can't divide by 0. I guess that's an edge case that's intentional there by design. And then here we can just say the conversion rate, CR, is just going to be 100 times the total number of purchases for the member. So the length of whatever this set is. So length of purchase count of person divided by the total number of visits for the member. So just length of visit count of person. Oh, I said else. Yeah. Cool. So now if CR is bigger than or equal to 80, then result of person is equal to diamond, as it says there. If 50 CR less than 80, but maybe equal to 50, then result of person is equal to gold. If the conversion rate is less than 50, person is equal to silver. And then bronze is taken care of here. Okay, cool. So, all right. So now basically if we print result, we should have our solution. So awesome. So now we just have to get all the names as well, and then that's it, right? So pretty straightforward, pretty smooth sailing from here. So names, let's just map the ID to the name so we can get it. So for I am in enumerate members of member ID, names of M is equal to members name of I. As soon as we call the ID as the key, we get the value as the name. So now it says here that ordering doesn't really matter, so cool. So we can just basically say for R in result, answer.append, so we want the ID, right? And then we want the name, so that's the point of that dictionary. Plug in the ID, get the name as the value, and then the category, which is just going to be result of R. Okay, so now let's print answer. Cool, that looks correct. So now let's create a data frame. Sets, create 3 lists. Member ID is equal to 1. Setting the 3 columns. And then return that data frame. Okay, let's run this. Okay, submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.